full Uber coming into the middle point.
Oh,
Should be a pretty easy take for them.
This is a real momentum shift right here. If they really work at this, they could even get the second point there. Just get that cap.
Interesting to see that two different high open teams are using a Kritzkrieg offensively on this map.
I'm surprised that Kritzkrieg didn't do more damage, considering.
Industry Trust is taking their pocket and medic plus demo over to the left side flank. Pushing into the second point. Darkstar almost goes down to that sticky trap. They're going to be able to take the second point without popping the Uber. No casualties on either side.
Absolutely nice. No Uber on their side yet. They've got all the makings for a round win here.
Just a single off class on this basic team. It's that sentry we were saying last night underneath the bridge. The Uber is popped for Industry Trust.
Silly Billy all over that medic. Shotguns him down. It's looking like Industry Trust here.
I don't know. It's 3-on-2 right now. Not a lot of health out. Just a single scout left though, and Industry Trust was able to cap that point.
Much better round for Industry Trust. They actually woke up there, smelled the coffee a bit.
See if they can use that momentum to their advantage and actually take this mid instead of wiping.
Well, they're making use of that strategy that wasn't working for them last time. The bill bombs are actually making contact this time around.
Both demos reached mid at about the same point. We have a double soldier bomb coming in from the basic team. They did drop their demo and both their soldiers, plus a scout. Looks like Industry Trust are riding this momentum, actually pushing into second now with just letting a single scout cap. Unfortunately, they did lose their medic. It's going to be a huge advantage.
We'll just have to see how they play this. Industry Trust have been doing really good at avoiding getting killed by Kritzkriegs. They're going to have to worry about this Uber this time.
Industry Trust is just now getting to the second point with their medic. They are trying to build this Uber and are getting pushed out.
Bill bombing in. This could be a hit. Oh, that pulls that Uber out.
Yeah, they did force the Uber on the second point. You see Industry Trust backing out to the middle area.
And there's
Let's
our
hope that
Luna
they
Heavy.
don't drop any more players.
Well, they got that Lunacide Heavy onto there, so they've got a nice, strong defensive thing here, especially for these soldiers bombing in.
Absolutely. They have a 50% advantage on the Uber, so they'll probably try and pop that heavy into that upper hobby area.
Yeah, that was a great sacrifice play on Bill's part, just jumping in there and pulling that pop out.
And KL does spot the sticky trap and manages to pop everything down. Industry Trust has an Uber. They're pushing it in through the left side, not on the heavy. Looks like the heavy was the distraction play. They pop it in.
We've got a ruin Uber
Darkstar.
going here.
Darkstar is trying to get a chase, put some damage out onto that demo man. Looks like it's going to be a pretty easy take for them. Not a lot of casualties on either side, though.
Well, they did chase him out, but the Uber is up for the basic team, so we need to be just really careful here. And this SCV needs to update the packets more often.
Industry Trust has to watch out. This basic team is pushing in through the hallway into second with their full Uber.
Dana Scully just looking about the pop here. Pops it.
Industry Trust is nowhere to be seen with this Uber going off at the second point. They're not even getting cap time as this Uber just ticks down. Lunacide almost goes down. He's looking for his medic.
The medic goes down to something there. Missed that.
Industry Trust is pushing back in with their Uber, trying to retake the second point and hopefully get into last. They're going to have a huge advantage if they manage to cap this without using this Uber.
Well, they got the soul coil of Lunacide going in there. He's not really sure where he wants to attack from, but he is roaming heavy right now. He sees a scout.
The Uber is popped. There's a heavy on the field for basic. Not a lot of damage going out with this Uber pop. Industry Trust does drop their med and was able to get the cap without ever taking out the entire team.
What happened there was they had a kleptomaniac just sitting over by the door, and the heavy medic and all those people just piled onto the point to block it, and a ton of damage did go out.
KO is really smart about playing back and just pushing up the damage when he needs to.
For sure, those stickies hurt like hell.
The demo and demo fight did not go very well for either team. The roamer for Basic has pushed in behind the point, is now trying to bomb in on Indust. Does manage to take out Indust. This looks like it might go poorly for the Indust team.
Bill did miss his rocket on the enemy medic, but he's going to make another attempt at it. Throws a rocket at him. Only chips him a little bit. Bill
Mistress is wiped to a single death on the Basic team.
Definitely bad momentum shift for them there.
And it's going to be a free second point for Basic, as Industrial Trust is going to have to try and build an Uber real quick.
Lunacide going to attempt to snipe on the final point here.
And we do have Mumbo, who has switched to Engineer, building a sentry over on that little crate area.
Yeah, we've got a triple off class. Lunacide is repeating that really aggressive sniper behavior. We're going to have to see if he can actually make a headshot, though. The Basic team are not really wise to what he's doing, like the Feces and friends were after he tried it a few times.
I'm really surprised they waited so long to come in with this Uber. They had about a 50% advantage, but now it's being squandered as Indust almost has his full Uber and will be able to use this to defend the point if need be.
Yeah, Mumbo's sentry gun there buying a good amount of time too, nobody really knowing that it was there, pushing people around.
That offensive Uber did almost nothing for them.
Yeah,
and Indust is looking to push back out into second and cap it.
I'm not sure why Indust really popped his Uber there either. He wasn't all that pressured. They could have just slow crawled out, but right now he's on Kleptomaniac, who's attempting to take this point.
There is about a 20% advantage and not a lot of time.
Nice stickies on Klepto's part there. Takes out a soldier. Bombs in on a demo.
Yeah, Indust is putting out a lot of damage onto that Basic team. We're able to cap second pretty safely. You see that Basic does have their full Uber now. It's about 20% off for Indust We Trust. If it goes as well as the last time, they'll just play back, milk that last few seconds, and pop that Uber.
Here it comes, and everyone's just out of the pool.
And that Uber is, once again, pretty much useless for Basic.
Even
the counter pop has happened on second. They're trying to chase that medic combo out through that flank area.
It looks like it might happen.
Yeah. They were able to drop the soldier, scout, and medic they were chasing. Unfortunately, Basic was able to cap the point.
A little bit of a sneaky, cheeky play there. That'll delay them for sure. They do get the point. And just one thing to note, too, that Klepto, when he was fighting the Uber there, got just a sweet sticky that sent the Uber soldier flying up in the air and just allowed both the scout and him to get away.
Indust is pushing into the middle point, trying to get that cap off. They don't quite have an Uber, but I think it'll be fine. They've got about a 50% advantage, which means that they should be able to push into that second area with an Uber here in a few seconds. Indust has popped their Uber into this second point. They know that Basic does not have their Uber. Bill is going in, trying to put some damage out on the pocket. Unfortunately, was taken out by the demo.
And that's got a really, really bad bounce there. Ended up on the floor. Bill didn't have that extra flash time, and he just got raped.
It wasn't a great Uber for Indust, but they're going to try and make a play and go in on last anyways. The medic is being bombed? It was a suicide, maybe?
They're building. Right now, Mumbo is building with Indust, so they may be
Darkstar was trying to do a little backplay there to try and get a pick when someone came through the door. Unfortunately, just let one scout go by and got picked by the other one.
I was suspecting Lunacy. Yeah, exactly. He just went to heavy. That's why he was bombing in.
It was probably a smart play. Should be an Uber on Uber fight here coming into the middle area, as Indust is now just getting their Uber and Basic is pushing out through that upper area.
Yeah, but they got that anti-aircraft battery. Now here comes that Uber, and Indust counter pops. And that heavy on the high ground there is just going to deny anything from jumping in and actually chase them away.
Not a very good Uber for Basic. They dropped a scout in that play.
Not only that, they've got it. Ooh,
Lunacide does go down to some sticks.
Found that trap.
I don't think they're going to be able to push off of this. Both Ubers are about even. We'll probably just see another Uber on Uber fight as Indust will try and push on to the second point.
Well, we're all pushed up to the spam door here, so we're gonna have to just wait for Ubers like usual.
Yeah, Indus has been pushing out through that flank area a lot with weird classes. I'm guessing they're just trying to almost bait all of the spam into that hallway area while they try and push like a scout or a demo in Uber over on that flank.
Yeah,
that seems to be the best way that they've been working. Every time they push into the upper area, it seems like the Uber's almost wasted.
Well, Mumbo and Darkstar are looking pretty hungry down below. They want to go in on that flank, and they can't yet because there's no Uber. But nobody wants to go through the spam door. It hurts a lot.
Yeah, it means a really early pop. The enemy team can stay pretty safe, although they're pretty far pushed up on this bridge. Looks like both teams are trying to force this Uber.
Darkstar's in, fighting a soldier, gets him.
Yeah, this is 2 down for both teams, and neither Uber has been popped yet.
Oh, look at that.
3 down.
Now is the time.
Absolutely.
Endust and Silly Billy going to counter pop here in a second. Endust doing a little bit of dodging.
Yeah, there goes the pop. They've trapped the medic back in that hallway. They're trying to chase this demo down. This is going to be a very easy last take if they can kill this demo with the medic out of the fight.
Endust taking a hit, but surfing down below onto the health pack. Definitely he's got his map knowledge down.
The second point has been capped. The medic is still not alive, which means they'll probably have about a 30-35% advantage. They don't care. They're just coming in. The sentry is down below underneath the bridge on the floor. Industry Trust is trying to fight this as best they can. Bill goes down. Sentry goes down. Not a lot of health on Luda's side. They do have to back out to the second point. I think they're just going to try and build the last of this Uber.
Yeah, giant Uber advantage here.
At the very least, that sentry is not going to get to level 3 again if they decide to rebuild it.
And Silly Billy's going to practice his rocket jumping skills here just to get really back into there. Should be a quick Uber any second now.
That sentry was put back down level 1 underneath the bridge, same spot we saw all last night. Industry Trust was very aware of that spot, and they are sending their soldier through that flank side to try and spam it down. Unfortunately, he doesn't get enough damage on it.
Endust getting offensive here, going after a scout.
Yeah, this is not a good Uber or push for Industry Trust as they wipe trying to push into the last point.
Oh goodness, that's not good. That's going to be pretty much 2 points given up right there.
I don't know. Basic did lose their med, so I think they're going to be kind of wary coming into that last point or that middle point.
Yeah, you're actually right on that one. They're not going to push that hard.
It's about a 10% advantage for Industry Trust. Probably not going to be enough for them to do much with it. Unless, yes, Indus has switched to a Kritzkrieg. They're going to try and fast build this and push that crits in before the basic team has their Uber. Hopefully try and pop them, but both teams are building furiously.
Well, I think they know because Endust has been spotted by the enemy team, so they should know what kind of med gun's being played here.
Lunacide taking a little bit too much damage down there, maybe trying to get a pick or a force.
Oh no, Endust jumping in, almost getting a pick there. Kleptomaniac.
The Kritzkrieg has been popped. Doesn't look like it's going to be able to do quite enough, but they will be able to force the Uber anyways. No deaths going out for Indust, we trust. Mumbo does go down. Not a lot of health on everyone else. That's now 3 down for Indust, we trust.
Lunacide flanking the Demo Man, missing his rockets unfortunately. He's not going to do much damage there.
Yeah, he needs to get out and get back to the pocket.
Billy going
Actually,
down.
he's going for... Nope. It looked like he was going to go for a pick, but then opted with his 3-3 health to just back out and get back to Indust.
Well, the round is quickly just eluding Indust, we trust here. A couple really bad fights there.
And both teams are very good at DM.
Well, the Endust Kritzkrieg is going to have a huge advantage on the Uber for the basic team, so we need to see a huge play here by Bill or Klepto, or, you know, just something.
Unfortunately, with that last push, their cover has been blown, so you can see the basic medic holding way back over in that choke area.
Yeah, although you would get to be, you'd want to do that versus Bill anyways, because all he does is just jump your shit.
They're going to need eyes on where that medic is for this Kritzkrieg to be anywhere near effective.
Bill's just sort of being cheeky and walking in the back there, stopping the bomb in on Endust, who is currently trying to get Klepto out, but no, Endust goes down.
And Lunaside does bomb in and kills the pocket. Is now in a melee fight with the medic. Does take him down.
Oh, that was amazing. I missed it, but it sounded really good. Meanwhile, Bill Lester trying to take out this demo man and a scout doesn't really work out for him.
It was a 2-on-2 fight. It came down to a 2-on-1 fight as a wipe for Industry Trust trying to push in once again and losing. It's the third fight in a row.
Industry Trust hurrying to that second to last point as fast as they can get. Oh, and Lunaside almost runs right into a trap.
He does manage to take out one of the scouts for basic.
He's going to come up from below us, fails his rocket jump. That's one they're going to be sort of laughing at in the replay.
Indus does switch back to regular Uber, so we both have Ubers on both teams. They're pretty close. I would almost call these even. It's about 5% difference. In the long run, it's probably not going to make much of a difference.
Darkstar trying to make a play as sniper here. Let's see what happens.
It's an interesting choice to go sniper on the second point. There aren't great sightlines on either side. Though he does manage to find that ramp and is looking for a pick on either a soldier or a med. Takes a shot and misses.
He's kind of worried about what's come up behind him, though. There's a scout.
Yeah, that sniper pick only works if you have a defense over on your flank.
Yeah, you can't have stuff coming up and shooting you, that's for sure. And here comes the Uber.
Both Ubers have been popped on the second point. It looks like Basic has been pushed out through that lower area, with Indus Uber lasting just a little bit longer over there on the side.
Silly Billy making a really weird play there, not going for the medic or the soldier, although he does manage to get the soldier. And the medic does go down.
Both medics are down. It looks like Indus is going to lose this fight for the 4th time in a row. They're going to be forced to maybe defend last unless
they're going to have
aren't going to have enough time to come in.
They're going to have no prep time. All they have is Darkstar as a heavy right now. With a shotgun.
Uber has been capped. I don't think he's going to get there in time, and unfortunately that is now 2-2. We are all tied up.
Things are getting serious up in here.
It's a pretty good back and forth. We went last to last. We had a little bit of Kritzkrieg play, a bunch of off-classing. Let's see if Indus we trust can come back on this mid-fight. Not a lot of damage going out for either team quite yet, but Lunaside goes down almost immediately, with Darkstar probably following shortly after.
Yeah, a lot of meat shots there on Lunaside as he went in. And Bill
Both Bill and Klepto are lit. They're trying to get some heals before going back into this enemy team. Bill does go down.
Mumbo
we are
gets
now
a kill.
4-on-4 with this fight.
Mumbo needs a heal. Mumbo needs a heal. Get him, Indus.
Indus does have an Uber way ahead of Basic, and they do manage to hold this middle point.
Nice and clean. That's how we need it.
I had to check to make sure Indus wasn't running crits because of like 20% advantage over that the Uber for Basic.
Well, the thing is the Basic's medic have to be really careful of all the bombings. It's like basically there's two fucking bombers on them. Anyways, we got Indus going in with an Uber here.
Both Ubers have been popped. We're gonna have to see the scouts try and flank behind, get a couple pot shots, and have to back out through the flank area.
Silly Billy bombing the Demo Man. Getting overwhelmed though.
Darkstar goes down along with Beluster. We only have one down for the Basic team. And Lunaside does manage to take down Basic the pocket.
Mumby on the med.
The medic below second, trying to get out. Unfortunately, does go down.
Mumbo making the medic pick here. Getting on the point.
We only have Mumbo and Klepto along with Indust up on this team, trying to push into second, see if they can make something happen. Their best bet would be back out, just wait for their pocket, wait for their roamer, use this huge advantage they got, and try and push in without using the
Mumbo's
roamer.
fighting a 2-on-1, does manage to kill a scout.
And Darkstar is coming into this point, trying to pick the demo. The demo does go down, so does the soldier. Darkstar goes down along with him. Basic is trying to contest this right now. Indus goes down, drops his Uber.
Lunaside destroying himself and missing the medic. Oh, man.
Indus might actually wipe here on this second point. Not really pushing in, not really defending. I really don't agree with that call there.
I don't know what happened there. It looked like Lunaside had the medic so bad, and then the door closed on him and denied.
Indus is looking for someone to heal over here in the lobby area. This is a huge advantage now, about 50% for basic.
Oh, indeed.
Indus is trying to build this Uber with his team, playing a little bit back. They're probably going to need to make them pop super early and play back and push back in, or just hope that they can delay them enough so they can get this Uber.
And in comes BSC jumping in for the basic team, getting some damage out there, and he does get an Uber flash, chasing after.
Yeah, the Uber was popped. They don't get any kills with it. I'm curious to see if Indus is going to try and push back into second with their Uber. They do drop 3 people, including their pocket, their demo, and one of their scouts.
Here's
they
the
do
counter
pop
Uber
to try and save the second point.
Got a Ruin Uber going up on Darkstar here. He does clear one of the scouts off the point, and he's in hot pursuit of the other one. He does down him, too.
Indus does drop to a roamer play. We'll see if Lunasai can get in here and stop the cap from happening with Darkstar. They managed to hold that off, but not good Hoopers for either team.
Indeed, and that point almost capped is just prime for a back cap.
But the entire Indus team is here now. Basic does have about a 50% advantage once again.
Yeah, so I'm predicting on that next Uber, we're definitely going to see a point change here.
Both teams furiously building their Ubers, trying to get this push to happen. There can't be a lot of time left in this half, as it is 2-2, and we've been going on this round for quite a while.
Yeah, as it is right now, actually, I think Industry Trust would just love to have the stalemate just to reset things.
The basic Uber is coming in through the side over here, trying to come into the second point. Indus almost goes down. He's 70% Uber. His team is not looking very healthy.
Huge aggression from the basic team here, and just washing over that point like a plague.
Indus does have 90%. He's trying to get this last little bit of Uber before they push in. Basic is pushing in without an Uber since Indus was 2 down. The Uber has been popped. They're going to need to stand on this point and save it with their lives.
Well, we need to see some kills here.
The back cap almost happens.
It's still anybody's game here.
This is now a 6-on-3. Indus is probably going to try and push there, leaving Darkstar back to stand on the point all by himself.
Yeah, they absolutely need him there. Klepto not even able to get out there. We do have a scout capping. It's Mumbo. Mumbo absolutely
wonderful
needing this
STV
point.
play. I missed most of that fight.
Yeah. More or
And
less.
Industry Trust are on the second point, but a scout is harassing Indust.
Still beautiful point capture there to keep them in the game and not have them underneath these points going into the second half.
You'll probably see Industry Trust coming in with their full Uber into mid. It is a 4-on-2 fight. And wisely, Basic is backed out. They're going to try and finish off this Uber and hopefully defend second with it.
This is absolutely just back and forth action, though. So we're going to have to see what Indust wants to do here, if he's going to go through spam door, or if he's just going to go through the back. It looks like he wants to go through the back. He's taking looks
They're
like a Ruin
going
Uber.
a scout underneath the point.
Yeah, we got a Ruin Uber going up here.
They do pop.
And there's the counter pop.
A lot of damage coming in for Indus, we trust. They are now 3 down, 4 down. Mumbo is the only one left alive.
Well, we need Mumbo to go huge here. He's on the medic, and the medic's just pulling out guns. Look at this, at the 3-on-1. Mumbo still kills something! Oh, Mumbo.
It is just the combo alive for Basic. They're going to try and come into this middle point. Hopefully not get harassed too badly by these forward spawns. Industry Trust opting not to go in and contest this middle point. Although Ludicide does come in through the flank and is bombing in, successfully defends just with his presence. I almost wonder if both these teams are just trying to play it safe and waiting for this half to end.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like I definitely think Industry Trust wants to like end this right now as a stalemate, just to sort of get their bearings and get their heads back on. This has to be
close
really
games
stressful.
like this can be really, really stressful, really intense, and you just need a few minutes to decompress and just catch your breath.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
do see Ludicide go down. I think he Tyroned there, or maybe he just kill himself with a rocket. And Basic is pushing into this middle point with their Uber. And both teams pop at about the same time.
I don't like the positioning of Industry Trust Scouts, though. They're pretty much completely trivialized here.
And no flashing going around for either team. Basic is going to be able to cap this middle point. Industry Trust is trying to hold forward a little bit, but they better watch their flank.
Ooh, Bill almost catching a really bad rocket there.
There's nobody... Okay, Darkstar has migrated over to the flank with Lunacide.
Yeah,
that could have been really bad for them. They could have gotten pinched out there.
Yeah, Lunacide dropping down and Darkstar joining them. And it looks like they're going in through the back there.
And Industrious is backed out a little bit, trying to play passive on the second point as both teams try and build this Uber. Lunacide does go down. Basic is trying to cap this point.
There's a medic oversawing Klepto and getting the Uber early. Or at least getting closer Uber early.
The Uber does come out for Industry Trust. They are trying to defend this second point.
Dana Scully under
force a pop or a drop. The pop does come out for Basic as they push back into second. Indust all alone, looking for somebody to heal underneath this point. Manages to get out with Mumbo.
Yeah, that's gonna be the round right there.
Drop to Basic. This could be very, very bad for Industry Trust.
Oh, and there's the stalemate.
Does happen just in time.
Industry Trust just loving that. And as the sound shout there, unbelievable.
There's a really intense half, 2-2. We are all tied up. We got another probably 30 minutes coming in. I originally thought this was going to be 5-4 Industry Trust, but I don't know if either team is going to make it there.
Well, it's just a huge fight, that's for sure.
There's a lot of back and forth, a lot of off-classing. We did see some crits play.
And very little endpoint play. It's just people go in, there's an exchange, and then people go out. There's just no sitting there.
A lot of back and forth between that second and middle point.
I almost need a moment to decompress.
I think what Industry Trust needs to do is work on their mid-fight a little bit. If they can just turn that tide, it almost seems like they have no problem going in and taking second. But they did fail that push in, what, twice? And then got pushed back into their last?
Well, that was just disastrous. Like, both of their scouts were in just a terrible position to be able to assist the Uber. Both of them got trivialized, sitting on the low ground when the enemies all had the high ground.
It's a new map. Both teams are still probably trying to figure it out.
Well, knowing Mumbo...
You can only screw this so much in a week.
Knowing Mumbo, this would be the point where he says, nobody's listening to me. And indeed...
Our comms are terrible.
Nobody listens to Mumbo.
I can feel that way regardless of what position you play in the team.
Overall, we're seeing a little bit better of a game, I think, tonight out of Industry Trust. The bitter is definitely there tonight. Lunacide missing a lot of really clutch rockets, unfortunately. He seems to be having a little bit of an off night.
But his presence alone seems to be enough to force that entire Basic team out. They just don't want to fight him one-on-one.
Well, both Lunacide and Bill, like, that's the thing. You get caught up with Lunacide bombing in, and you think you're safe, and then Bill joins them just out of nowhere. And I think that's been a factor in Dana Scully, their medic, just staying back and just, you know, not being all that out there. And it's led to Endus getting some Uber advantages because of it.
Yeah, but surprisingly, these Ubers aren't really effective on each other. One team will pop, and the other team will play back and waste the Uber, and the other two will pop back in, and just almost no kills being exchanged on these Ubers.
Yeah, for sure. There was one crit streak going in where the wrong team got 3 kills. We should probably be expecting to see a return of the crit streak as things get a little bit more desperate in the final rounds here.
Absolutely.
It was definitely a turning point for Industry Trust when they pulled out some of those crit streaks on the final point. So if, you know, the current trend is that they're getting pushed to their final point, they're probably going to really need to pull that out and just hope that it works. Taking a look at the scores here, slight advantage on the fraggage as far as the basic team goes. Dust just really manning up though.
Yeah, he's been able to stay alive, get a lot of heals as teams, just really like making sure that he's popping those Ubers off. I think he's had maybe like 30% more Ubers than Basic has.
For sure, and it's definitely showing why they named the team after him.
And here we go with the start of the second half. Teams have switched, so Industrial Trust is now on blue with Basic on red.
And a pretty much mirror rollout from the Demoman, as has happened every round.
This rollout is surprisingly easy for demos. Unfortunately, neither demo getting a lot of damage out with their sticks before the rest of the teams come in. Industrial Trust playing a little bit back, though we do see the bomb from Bill trying to go over there and get some damage onto those scouts and medic.
Wow, did that get denied?
Basic doesn't have a lot of health, and Industrial Trust is trying to fight this, with both soldiers still up trying to get in Dust.
Yeah, the funny thing there, it's just like I'd just said a moment ago, they were so focused on Bill bombing in that they didn't see Lunacide bomb in, and Lunacide just ganked their medic.
One of the scouts for Basic is still fighting below the point, trying to maybe get a pick on the med or demo. Unfortunately, it does not happen for him. And in Dust We Trust, with almost a full team coming up to the second point, and a full Uber going to try and push in and take this.
Well, Silly Billy and Lunacide about to get in there. Let's see what happens. Oh, gotta get that Uber on. Oh, maybe not. They're running away.
Yeah, there was a pretty aggressive and very obvious sticky trap all over that bridge. I think they were trying to figure out how to deal with it before pushing the majority of their forces in over that way. It didn't seem to matter, as they did have a ×3 on the point.
Klepto gets taken out.
And Industrial Trust looking to go... Oh!
Oh,
Bill
huge
goes
snipe!
down to a huge sniper play from that middle door.
Silly
right
Billy
as
with
they are
a
about to push in.
huge gaping hole in his head right now.
This might be just enough of a delay for Basic to get their full Uber up, losing their entire advantage.
Old Slipster pulling the quack from last night.
Tooth has gone engineer and putting that level 3 sentry under the bridge in that same spot we've been seeing game after game after game, and Industrial Trust knows exactly how to deal with it. If you see that flank over there on the side where the sentry is wide open, if nobody is watching that, Industrial Trust is going to send a soldier over there and just spam the gun down while everyone else focuses on the Uber.
Well, Indus is going to send a sniper in to try and get rid of the other sniper. It's not going to work. Bam! Body shot!
Darkstar does go down with a body shot kill. I think a lot of demo spam had to play in with that as well.
Well, definitely. He was worried. He was like opening the door looking for stickies. Instead, he found a body shot.
And Bill does go down with a full Uber on Basic. You'll probably see the try and push in, and they do. The pop does come out for Basic onto the second point, and Dust is trying to milk it as long as possible, but they do counter pop.
And Lunacide just trying to chase that medic down, I guess, to not have a repeat. Bill surfing his way back in. Oh, Lunacide all over the place. Everywhere he doesn't want to be, though, he's completely pinched in there.
Industrial Trust tried to get a little bit aggressive with their Uber. It did not work out for them. They do drop Lunacide and Mumbo.
I really have to say that they absolutely need to stop letting Darkstar try to snipe. It's just not working out. Neither Darkstar nor Lunacide have really pulled out anything sniper. If anyone on the team is to snipe, I would have to call Mumbo for that.
Unfortunately, I don't think his team likes it when he does try and snipe. Bill does go down to a little bit of scout on soldier battle over by the health pack.
From what I've seen, though, Mumbo is the only one I know that has a crack shot fast enough that can headshot a sniper that's waiting there lurking.
Darkstar goes down, and they pushed an Engie into middle. I don't think that's going to be enough for them to push because Lunacide does also go down. I think he was trying to pick that sentry gun.
Oh, please, let that be what I hope it is. Oh, yes, it is. Take a look at Darkstar. I said it was going to happen.
Darkstar is coming up as spy.
I said it was going to happen last night. But tonight is the night it's going to happen.
I wouldn't be surprised if he went for the Engie just to take him and that sentry out of play for that entire Uber. But more likely he's going to try and go for a pick on the medic, who's all alone over there on the side.
Oh, he's decloaked in a really bad spot.
I don't know, he's coming up behind the medic.
Oh!
Does get the pick and the drop.
And here we go. We need some Silly Billy action up on the point here.
He puts a sapper on the dispenser, which forces the engineer to go back to try and save it, which puts it back in spawn. The sentry goes down. This is not looking good for basic, although Indust is dropping a lot of players. They get trapped
big rocket
in.
from Bill there, getting some, like, a triple hit there. Come on, Bill, just finish that soldier off and you're all good. Come on, Silly Billy, you can do this. Oh, Billy didn't do it.
He does get taken out by a Pyro on the point. Darkstar is coming in, trying to finish off this soldier and Pyro and get the last of this cap. Doesn't make it happen. A failed push in by Indust We Trust, although a really, really solid strategy to do so.
That was just a thrilling play, getting that Lunacide. They're so lucky that nobody called Spy, because he did decloak in plain sight of their entire team, and nobody thought to call Spy or, you know, question on it. And he just walked
I don't
right
think
up.
they were looking for it.
Well, I knew that someone was going to try that. It was quite successful.
Open is looking to go sniper again, and he is trying to pick over in that middle point area. You'll see his team opening that door just so he can get a better sight line into that second point.
Yeah, he's looking for the spawn action. He's going to try something else. There's that Pyro again. And that Pyro is a good pick if you ask me. Oh, is that a crit
Kritzkrieg comes out for Industry Trust. The sentry is holding them back just a little bit. It might be enough for basic to hold
Darkstar
this.
sneaking up on the point here.
Yeah,
Oh!
That wasn't enough time that they delayed with that sentry, and they do manage to get the point. It is now 3-2 for Industry Trust over basic.
Industry Trust probably just breathing a sigh of relief right now that they've got a little bit of a lead.
Probably trying to catch their breath as they roll out to the middle point. There's about 22 minutes left in this half. So that was a 7-minute round.
But here we go. The Devilmen are spamming each other. We have scouts underneath, actually.
There's not a lot of high ground by Industry Trust, but both soldiers do jump right as the other team comes in. We trade Deluster and Ludicide for basic and open.
Yeah, Bill was looking for a med pick there, but he failed his pogo, so he took the next best thing, a scout that was right in front of his face.
There's only the demo and medic alive.
Oh, Mumbo really getting huge here. Oh, pushing hard, but he's going to blow up. Oh, no, he's lived 1 hit point. Thanks, STV, for not telling me what happened there.
And Klepto is looking to maybe force them out a little bit. They do have almost a full Uber. I think they're going to probably try and use this to defend the second point. It's a huge 100% advantage for them.
Absolutely.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if once they gather their team, get a bunch of buffs up, and they are pushing into this middle point with their full Uber, knowing that Indust dropped at that middle fight and doesn't have it quite yet. Lunacide goes down trying to jump.
Darkstar just really all over this Devilman.
Dana Scully dropped his Uber before he get the pop off. This is going to be huge for Indust.
That could have cost them the whole freaking game right now.
That is almost a wipe for basic, not getting that Uber pop off at all, trying to push in with their advantage.
Well, here comes the marauding. Oh, Indust getting a bomb to the face. He does pop it.
Yeah,
he's not going to drop it.
Forced over here in the second point. It might be enough for them not to take the round, but they are going forward anyways, trying to get in there before basic can get set up with their heavy and engineer.
Well, basic is just pretty much already set up, but they're missing one of their soldiers who's just about to respawn now.
Yeah, they don't have the engineer play quite yet. You see Ludicide going in, trying to get that med pick, doesn't put out enough damage. He's probably going to come up as an off class. I wouldn't be surprised to see another heavy come in.
Yeah, I'm seeing a heavy as well. This sniper has just not been working out for him, so I don't think they're going to try and repeat that again. There's our heavy.
Yeah, he does come up heavy. Basic is playing really forward. They almost have an Uber. I think they're going to try and push in through this bottom left side with it. No, they are backing out. I'm not really sure what their intentions are here. It might just be a forward hold, trying to get more damage out, trying to get a pick before the other team can come in.
I would let them come to me if I was basic.
And Industry Trust is looking. They're buffing everybody. They have their full Uber. Lunacide does finally make it here. You see that Engineer does put down that sentry at the same spot. Has not yet worked out for them. Industrial Trust knows how to deal with that very handily.
I'm surprised that Basic's not running a sniper here just to try and get that pick. They've been successful with it a couple times.
Industrial Trust is pushing out buffs. Probably looking to go through this main door. There's no sticky trap there. I think they saw the debt happen.
There is one on the right, actually. Mumbo's trying to dispel it right now.
And they are going to push in the Uber through the right door. Nope, nope. They got forced out a little bit. Buff's still going out. I don't think they know what they're trying to do.
This is pretty tense right now. They just don't know what they're supposed to do. Both teams are not making any mistakes here. And Silly Billy trying to get some time in. Oh no, he gets gibbed by that stupid sentry.
That's the first time we've seen that sentry play at work. I think he was hoping for that Uber to be popped on him. He might have been out of position. Maybe comms weren't as good as he had hoped.
Well, he just had a really bad angle. He was actually spamming it, then he moved too far over. It started shooting him, and it sent him into the air, and that was the end of Bill.
And Ludicide playing really forward, trying to get a pick on the soldier that spanned him down.
Well, it's a heavy, if you have an overheal, you can actually afford to get up in those corners and try and insta-kill someone.
Darkstar does go down to his scout play.
And Lunacide taking down a scout as well.
That might be enough for them to come in. A lot of damage going out on the demo for Basic. He is forced back out. Both Ubers are popped. The sentry gun is spammed down. And the Engineer goes back into spawn and changes back to scout.
And look at that.
And unfortunately, not enough time had passed, and Basic just was unable to defend that point.
Endust just surviving like a man. They're going up into the air and dancing around on top of those crates. Nobody can quite finish them off.
It's about 13 minutes left in this half. Indust is leading 4-2 over Basic. Both demos making it to mid. Klepto is trying to spam out that lower door, looking for a pick or some damage on the soldier that jumped in and tried to kill him.
Oh, Bill getting nailed as he goes for his jump attempt. He's probably with Crater, yeah. Well, he craters on a grenade. Wow, look at the...
Seems like Indust is losing this fight.
Indust just... Ugh. Yikes.
Although Indust needles down Basic, the soldier for Basic.
Well, if he doesn't kill something, someone does.
We see both soldiers down here for Basic as they look, trying to see if this is going to be to their advantage to push into second. And Indust, we trust, has the rest of their forces back up and looking to get a better hold on this point.
Yeah, and thus we trust only have to just really delay now. They're 2 rounds ahead. They've got a good buffer as far as not losing goes.
Now, 13 minutes is a long time, but that is about how long it took for the last round to happen.
Exactly. Really, all they have to do is just play it right, play it safe, and they got this.
Well, they are up 4-2, so I'm sure they would like that round. That does help when it comes to playoffs and standings.
Well, I'm sure Mumbo would like to have the top frag in all of ESEA, but you can't always go for the top frag.
It seems like Darkstar might be out-fragging him this game. It'll be interesting to see the stats.
Well, if that is the case, I'll get the world's smallest violin, and Mumbo can tell us how bad he played.
Blister spots the trap above the door. Although we do have a roamer on basically the entire team fight here over on the flank. And Basic is rotating back over to that hallway lobby area with their Uber. Maybe trying to push in while they're a man down. The pop does happen for Basic. Indust We Trust is playing a little bit back. They do pop. Both teams just kind of staring at each other over here on the bridge.
The positioning could be really good here, though, if Bill can get in there on that medic. Oh, Indust, you gotta get the hell out of there, bud.
Indust trying to bust out his needles and make something happen. This is now a 3-on-3 fight. Bill Lester bombing in, was able to take out the person on the point. He's going after this demo underneath.
Billy in a bit of trouble here.
It's just the demo left alive for Basic. He is not in a very good spot. He's going to try and make his way out through the underneath area and try to go back to the medic over at the middle point.
Yeah, we just need to... We have Darkstar chasing him down, actually running away. And they're For some reason, Industry Trust choosing to just stay on that point, not get any time on the next one.
Well, I don't think they had the numbers quite yet. It was going to be an even fight by the time both teams made it there. They'll probably just try and build their Uber up and then push in and just hope for a better Uber on Uber fight than happened last time.
I think they could have chased that demo out and got like about maybe 25% cap on that point and then just run the scout away when they finally came back.
It was probably a case of not enough comms going out of the damage on that demo. They weren't sure if he picked up a health pack or maybe met up with a forward spawn of that scout. Because Basic does have a better spawn than Indust We Trust do right now.
Well, it makes me wonder, what is Endust run for his bone saw?
I'm not sure. I think it might just be the standard Uber saw.
I would think the Solemn Val would be really good for comms.
I don't think that is allowed in ESEA.
Oh,
just
ECA!
for that sole reason.
Oh, ECA, you so silly.
I believe he's probably running the bone saw, but he could be using the amputator as well. Not a lot of damage going out. Both teams trying to play it safe. Maybe each team looking for a pick before making their way in.
Yeah, both teams just spamming 30 damage rockets at each other. Nothing huge going on.
Well, Bill almost drops to that sticky trap that he was looking at when he was trying to put out some damage onto the combo over there. And Basic kind of looking like they might push in right here. They see the sticky trap on the bridge, and Indust We Trust was forced to use their Uber first. And Basic just pulls back into the middle point, knowing they have a huge advantage here.
Look what Bill's doing! Look what Bill's doing!
Bill
going huge! Oh!
Yeah, Bill does pop that Uber pretty early in that hallway area, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Indust We Trust are probably going to have to give up the second point.
Had Dana Scully been any less of a medic there, that would have been a drop.
Ludicide, Mumbo, and Darkstar cleaning up over here in the middle point while Indust was backing out.
Oh,
This
Mumbo.
is almost a wipe for
Mumbo's
Basic
all over
with
this.
a huge Uber advantage on Indust We Trust.
Get that middle point going on. Mumbo flanking and Darkstar flanking. All
Just
over
a
that
single
soldier.
soldier left alive, and they're going to be able to take not only this middle point, but I think second as well, as long as their team can get there. No, it looks like Basic is putting up a pretty advanced trap and do have people there to defend.
Still, this is exactly
Huge
what
Uber advantage, though.
Indust We Trust wanted this so badly.
As a 60% Uber advantage, they're about to have it. They're looking to buff everyone up. Basic is still essentially a man down as he just spawned. And they do pop in. They're forcing out the demo, combo, and medic to last. They're putting out enough damage.
The demo
they
man
catch
jumps
the
out.
demo out of place.
Why did the demo come back out of there?
Not really sure, but it was a demo for demo trade, and they do cap second. There's lost their advantage with the Uber since they did have to pop to come in, but they're going to try and take this last point anyways. Nobody on last, no sentry, no sticks. I'm sorry, the sentry is level 1 under the point and does go down. All they need to do is have someone stand on the point for a few seconds.
But we have an Uber being popped.
The Uber pop does come out for Basic, and Indust We Trust are forced to fall back to their second. Probably pretty happy that they have a huge advantage now.
For sure, they do. They're getting pushed though because they're 2 men down. They're going to actually get pushed right out of there.
It's probably a smart move by Basic, just forcing Indust We Trust back to the middle point, forcing them to use that Uber to retake second instead of last.
Yeah, for sure.
Indust almost has his Uber ready. He is over underneath the point, looking to get to that flank area.
And here
the
we
bomb
go.
comes
Uber
in
comes
from
in.
Basic. The pop is gone by Indust. They are rushing forward with it instead of capping the point, which is a smart move.
Bill going right to this final point here.
Yeah, Basic is now 2 people down, and Indust We Trust is looking to just jump onto this point. This could be the game for Indust We Trust.
Oh, that is.
And that is 5-2, Indust We Trust over Basic.
Indust We Trust pretty much just downloading this team, and oh boy, my game just crashed.
Couldn't have happened at a better time.
Oh, I know, right?
Seems like Indust We Trust took that half, decompressed a little, caught their breath, talked about their strategy and comms, and were able to just 3-0 this team in the second half.
For sure, and this game can only have one instance of being run at the same time, even though it's not running at all. So is actually is the match over, or they still have one round to play?
That is the match. That was 5-2 for Indus We Trust over Basic.
Oh, well then. That is very good.
Yeah, Basic just seemed like they had it going for the first half, but didn't do too well in the second. I got handily out-fragged after being about even at the mid. See, Darkstar went pretty huge and got 32 kills over Mumbo's 23, but Bill was able to clean up about 37. And Indus had 28 Ubers to Dana Scully's 22, who actually did drop 2 Uber charges.
Now I'm just going to see if I can get you guys some stats here.
It's a lovely window you have going on there.
Why, thank you. And if I'm correct, we should be looking at the stats. Am I correct?
You are not. You are zoomed in way in the upper left-hand corner.
Oh, open broadcaster software. Why you do this?
Well, after a rocky first half, I'm kind of glad that Indus We Trust were able to pull it together and are now 8-0 in ESEA Open. I believe that is currently the best record until at least tomorrow happens and the other undefeated teams play each other.
Aha! Statistics!
You're almost there. You almost got it.
But it's too small. I know what I'll do.
So there are only 2 other teams with undefeated records on ESEA Open right now. That is Children and the Crunchy Bunch. Children is currently 7-0, waiting on their next match to happen. And the Crunchy Bunch having one match tomorrow and another match on Saturday, both of them on Metalworks.
Aha! I got it, Anthol. Stats!
Well, all I see on yours is a black screen. Wait, we might have it. And there you go.
Ta-da! Stats. So, yes, very good game. Mumbo's team becoming just a target of opportunity. Everybody in ESEA Open wants to kick their ass now, I'm sure. So
yeah, absolutely. Indus does play the Crunchy Bunch next week on Gravel Pit.
Now, I really have to wonder, like, do they have an escaped mental asylum patient creating the names for these ECA teams, or am I just not getting it?
I don't know what to tell you.
Because, I mean, you know, Feces and Friends, and then the Basics Octopus Bunch, and then Crunchy and... What? Like, what? I don't get it. Sorry, guys.
Well, currently, Indus We Trust is the only undefeated team in ESEA Open that is 8-0.
Well, cue Mumbo saying how bad he played.
Mumbo did already tell me, yeah, it was a good game. I didn't really play great, but did enough.
He's so modest. Well, I think that was a pretty good game. Started out really rocky, then Indus We Trust is sort of downloading what the enemy team was doing, getting in there. Not so much Kritzkrieg play, but just really great turnaround play, cleaner DM near the end. I really liked that match. That was a good match.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
All right, well, we are going to shove off. Do you have any final words, my lovely assistant Anthol?
Other than the fact that I'm not your assistant, no.
Well, you are at least lovely. Well, that's it for tonight. Have a good one, everyone, and catch us later for more Industry Trust ESEA Open. Dun, 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 dun.
Have a good night, everybody.